What's up tonight? Suckers. Oh, my pretty face isn't showing. Let's get my pretty face showing. It's so pretty. Oh, there it is. Ready for my close-up. All right. Tonight. Whoa, that was some bad Phil Collins. That guy can really sing high, though. I mean, oh man, what a voice. Tonight, I'm going to talk about how things have been going on a frenzied day today that included massive amounts of code being debugged and an international incident in the form of hacking bringing down the servers. That was unpleasant. But I'm going to show you exactly where we're at. Let me try to save this. I think I may have pulled more than I should. Get off my guys. Dear Lord. Heal Icelands, damn you. Whoa. I don't remember most of these Shadowfang pulls, so that's going to be one thing that I'm up against tonight. So, wow, that was crazy. 3 horses and a moonwalker. Okay, I will try to do better than that. Whoopsie! Alright, let's run back. Okay, so if you download the zip package and jump in, the first thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to do a Control-I. Control-I in your hotkeynet file sends a /init to all the windows. So the first thing you do when you log in is you hit Control-I. All the windows will init. They'll put all of the macros, create all the macros I use, and put them in place on all windows. And you can see, I'm going to actually make the windows a little bigger here. This is actually not a really good idea because my windowed WoW doesn't really run well when it's full screen. It runs just fine when it's bigger, but not full screen, and I'm not really sure why that happens, but alright, I think you can see, you know, the normal 5-minute multiboxing buttons down here, and you've got setup, which is not really setup, it's not really buffing. You've got single, which is single target, multi, which is multi-target, turbo, which pops your cooldowns, AoE, which is as explosive-y as you can get. And then you've got a lot of convenience buttons, like everybody has a drink button on Shift 5, and that drink button will drink whatever water you have in your bags. Hopefully it will choose the highest first. It will try to choose the highest first. Usually you only have one type of water in your bag anyway, so it'll try to choose the highest first. You've got a great mana swigging button on Shift 6, and you've got a great health swigging button on Shift 7. I'll probably reverse those. Shift 7 will be the health potion swigging, and Shift 6 will be the health potion, and Shift 7 will be the mana potion. You've got a very cool F12, which is everybody make a line. Just hit F12 and everybody's going to form a line. Okay? Instead of Alt 4, where everybody just crowds you and follows you. Because you're a living god! Okay, let's see if we can do these horses better. Alright, so here's the thing. You may have to do something. You may have to do one thing when you are setting everything up. And what I really do need to do is I need to actually go through this with you and set up some lobies and show you what you're up against and what things you have to configure. So let me go kill some things first. F9 is everybody's buff button. So if somebody has buffs, they will cast them on F9. In a rotational, you don't want to spam this button. This is a take turns, round robin type button. And Shift 5, as I said, is drink, and spam it a few times. These buttons are very spammy. A lot of these buttons are very spammy. They want you to hit them as fast as you can. They're kind of designed that way. They're kind of designed actually to be clicked by a very rapid repeating key clicker, but we don't need to do that, and I don't do that. As long as you spam a button that you want to work. For example, why do I have to spam the drink button so much just to get a drink? Well, that's the way it works, because in WoW there's no fall through. In live WoW there's no fall through. Let me show you by illustrating the drinking macro. So if you type GS, you come up with Gnome Sequencer Enhanced. This is the most important add-on in the game now. And Gnome Sequencer Enhanced has macros in it already created for you that I created for you. You can edit these anytime you want just by right-clicking on them. Let's look at drink. Now look at drink. It looks really simple, right? It's just like use this, use that, use this, use that, use all these waters. But if you make a WoW macro that says that, it's not going to do shit. If you have the first one, it will drink it. If you have the second one but not the first one, it will never drink it, because there's no fall through in WoW anymore. That beautiful fall through is gone. I don't know why they took it out, but it's gone. So somebody wrote a clever add-on, Gnome Sequencer, that mimics fall through simply by clicking really fast. So each time you click this macro, each time you click your Gnome Sequencer macro, it executes one of these. All right, it executes one of these down the line. And actually, you know what? I'm going to change this to sequential, because this one should be sequential. It has two modes. It has a priority mode where it executes the first one. It tries to go through the list. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And it will execute the top lines much more often than the middle to bottom lines. Or you can put it in sequential mode, where each time you click, it'll try the first one, second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one, sixth one. And in just a few clicks, you'll get yours. For something like use conjured crystal water, use water, you want it to be sequential. And I didn't have that set up that way. So I will make sure to change that. You do too. And all of this is evolving very, very rapidly. But yeah, let's back the hunter up. Let's fight. I'm just using the 2 key here. I'm pressing it fairly fast. And really, the whole press it really fast thing only comes into play when you're trying to do many different things. Like a warrior, he has to go through, or she has to go through, many different skills to land the skill that's actually active. And so you definitely want to press it 5 or 6 times a second, or use a key clicking, a repeating keyboard, or a key clicking auto hotkey macro. But I don't recommend the auto hotkey thing. I've been doing some research on that, and there were some bans for the auto hotkey clicking macros a few years ago. I would not actually risk that. So Control 4 gets your druid out of form. Shift 1 makes your shaman lay totems, and it makes your druid. Shoot Wrath. And what we're going to do is we're going to hit the turbo button, and we are going to go nuts with the blizzard. I should heal myself though. We don't want a repeat of the last incident. Let's heal the mage. Heal Mutalia. Well, heal Mewtwo. Are we out of mana juice? We are out of mana juice. How do we get out of mana juice so fast? This Lance almost died. Boom! And that's the way it's supposed to go. Yeah, someone's gonna grab that. The Eerie Stable Lantern. Very cool name. That's what I wanted right there. That is what I was here for, baby. The Felsteed Bag. Forget melon juice. Get your Felsteed Bag. Bam! Okay, I have to do that. Bam! Oh no, that's not how I do it. I do it. Bam! Okay. There you go. Oh baby, Felsteed Bag. Felsteed Bag. Who needs the lantern? I don't really know. We'll give the lantern to... I probably should have DE'd that. Okay. So, that's the bare intro to Gnome Sequencer. And let me GS this and make sure my drink is on sequential. Sequential. They also have a random. It will randomly choose something in the list you gave it. Just every time you tap. Random. I'm going to choose one of those and try it. Awesome. Really awesome. And it's surprising how simple, but absolutely clever they got to get around the nasty restrictions on live WoW macroing. But this isn't helping you get started in 5 minutes, so let's get started in 5 minutes. Okay, I'm just gonna log out here. Escape. And tilde click log out. Boink. Everybody's gonna log out here real quick, and we're gonna make some characters on a new realm, and we're gonna go through the process of what you got to do to set this up. The first thing you got to do to set this up, though, is after you install my add-ons into your add-on directory, you need to go to your to your HotKeyNet script and edit it. And let me show you how to do that first. Boink. This HotKeyNet script, you got to edit this. All right, super simple, barely an inconvenience. First, name your windows something. Your tank is going to be in the first window listed. All right. Then somebody else, then somebody else, then somebody else. I name the windows by the name underscore some hint as to the license you have to click to log into WoW, because then that will be on the window title bar when you bring up the windows, and it'll tip you off. Oh yeah, that's the this license, that's the that license. I'll click that, and then we'll log in. Then the next thing you got to do is you have to edit this path to your wow.exe. You have to make sure that's right. Right? So under launch and rename, search for the words next step and go through all the next step words. All right? Those are the things that you have to do. And I'll do that right now. All right, so the next step is do a find and replace for the word BattleNet account for your BattleNet account, and do a find and replace for the word BattleNet password with your BattleNet password. All right. Next step after that, you may have to, if you are in a World War II country, you may have to change what button is used to share mouse clicks. Right now it's tilde in America, the button to the left of the 1 key. In Germany it is that is OEM 3 in America. In Germany it is OEM 5. In the UK it is OEM 8. And other places it might be OEM 7. All right. Change it in both these places to whatever you are. Let's look for the next step. All right, this is a more advanced next step. You don't really need to do this yet. Basically, I want to direct your attention to scroll lock on T. If you're making a hunter and you want to back him up, make sure you list his window here. My hunter's in window 4. How do I know what window my hunter's in? Go back to the top. These are shortcut labels that are used to address your windows in a shortcut fashion. W4 is my hunter, Dragon Stalker. Of course, he wants Dragon Stalker armor. I named him Dragon Stalker. Your hunter, put your hunter in the T key. Probably can leave that for later, though. Hunters do very well just meleeing for the first 30 levels or so. So you don't need to waste your time too much. All right, so once you do that, save it out, reload. All right, in HotKeyNet, reload that file, and do your Control-Alt-M to start your 5 guys or however many guys you want. By the way, I don't touch on this enough. If you have less than 5 guys, delete some of this crap. All right, you're gonna have to delete references to these other windows, or you can just leave them. All right, they won't launch. Okay, close those windows when they come up. It won't hurt anything. All right, but if you're trying to change this into a 2-man or a 4-man or even a 1-man launcher, you do need to get rid of any reference to these higher numbered windows. All right, that will cause errors. You don't want to cause errors. All right, that's all you got to do for HotKeyNet, and I'm going to have all this automated later, probably in a week or so. I'll have all this automated so you don't even have to edit this stuff. All right, so let's get out of that. And we're going to go to our interface add-ons directory, and we're going to jump into the Fury Swipes 5-minute multiboxing add-on. I want you to go to Fury Swipes 5mmb.lua. And there's only a few lines here you got to edit. They have names. The names of your tunes in them, all right? I don't know the names of your tunes. You got to tell me. So FSMB tune list, Fury Swipes multiboxing tune list, is your tunes in order of the windows going around the screen, counterclockwise. So Fury Swipes is your main guy, your main tank. Put him in the big window. Mutalia in the next window. Spirited in the next window. Mutalia is a DPS. Then we got a healer in the next window. Then we got a mage in the next window. Then we got the hunter in the last window, counterclockwise. Then name your tank in the word FSMB tank. I don't know if you want your tank in the main window. Maybe you don't want your tank in the main window. I don't know. I'm not going to assume anything. But name your tank in FSMB tank. Name your healer, probably only one healer, but you can have more than one healer. Name your healer in FSMB healer list. If you have more than one healer, you have to use a comma and quotation marks around it. Okay, that's a table. All right, it has special syntax. Don't try to understand it, just do it. Right, and then strongest AoE. This is not a table. This is just a name and quotation marks. Whoever uses your strongest AoE is going to get healed when you hit the 5 button. Okay, so that he or she does not die because he's putting out the most damage. All right, that's it. You don't have to do anything else. Get out of that. Then bring your windows up. I'm pretending to do this. Okay, bring your windows up. and create your characters. Pick your realm, create your characters. Let's do that right now. I'm just going to hit change realm on everybody. We'll go to, I don't know, Azure Song, normal, medium realm. Everybody in. Alright, so we'll just make a bunch of humans, because humans can be everything. And the first guy's going to be a warrior. Wow, this guy isn't even showing what's going on over here. I'm just going to randomize a name, say warrior, randomize. Why are you not showing up, human? Next guy is going to be we'll call the next guy paladin. Randomize. Next guy is going to be warlock, mage, priest. Okay, we got them all. We're going to accept, tilde click, and get into the world. Hey, it skips through that. All right, I'm just going to close Zygors down. That's an add-on I use. You're not going to be using it probably. It's a leveling add-on. It's good. It's great. It auto-equips gear and stuff. And I'm going to close down the DPS for a minute. You can configure your DPS thing yourself, your DPS meters. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is hit Control-I. First thing you're going to do. Just Control-I. Don't even think about it. All your macros are in place. All your key bindings are in place. Actually, do it twice, because there's one thing that requires you to do a reset before you do it again. So just do it twice. Trust me on that one. So the thing that I can't make happen is I can't seem to figure out how to turn action bars on. So we're going to tilde click interface options. We're going to click the action bars. Okay, and I want you to show all the action bars. All right, this isn't going to work super great on the main window because it will be misaligned with the other windows since it's bigger. And so click the main window manually and then just hit OK. And return to game. That's the part that I was really kind of worried about. You know, I really worked on that really hard today and I couldn't figure it out, man. I spent way too much time on that. Now, I want you to invite everybody to party. Invite everybody to party, man. Oh, did I not do my party thing right? Look at our macros. What does a party macro look like? Why has party macro got my old guys on it? Let's do oh, I know why. I think I know why. Because I didn't actually change my names. I didn't change my names like I just told you to. All right, let's go change my names. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I actually do have to do the things I was explaining to you to do. I'm going into my Fury Swipes add-on and I'm changing that 5 MB Fury Swipes 5 MB.lua. I have to put my names in. All right, I don't even know what my names are actually. KHADAZANN. Then we got Lucitine. Then we got Dordrick. These are good random names. I have an add-on here interfering with my name. Oh, that's not a good one. Anierin. Anierin. Oh my gosh, I hope I spelled that right. Anierin. Ooh, that's a bad one. Then we got Xaned. Not bad, not bad. Xaned, I'll take Xaned. My main tank's going to be Dazan. My main healer's going to be, I guess the priest, Xaned. And then my strongest AoE is probably going to be the... Doesn't really matter at this low level, but it's probably going to be... we'll just make it the Warlock. Dordrick. Save it out, and now do a Control L to reload. And then a Control I to redo all these macros. Oops. Might have gotten a little fast. Nope, he made it. Alright, so now if we look at our party up macro, better be right. Oh, look at that! Our party up macro is right. 0 key. Oh man, everybody got invited. What's up? And then Alt 4 and everybody should be following you, man. People will follow you anyway. I mean, you don't have to be in party. With classic 5-minute multiboxing, you don't have to be in party for people to obey the follow. People follow you anyway. Now, we all have DPS macros that are set up, and we just run up to something, and we just blaze it. Yeah! Yeah! You know what I haven't done in my party at macro? I haven't set group loot free for all. So, I need to add that. Raw! Raw! The Paladin does not seem to be putting his seal on, though. I'm going to watch him. Pally, are you sealing? Doesn't seem like you're sealing. Let's look at the Paladins. Okay, this brings up a good point to talk about GSE. Now, I thought... Is Lucine a Paladin, really? Gosh, this is a terrible add-on. It blocks everything. Is Lucine a Paladin? Yes, Lucine's a Paladin. Getting fireballs. We're getting shadow bolts, right? On the Warlock. Let's see if the Warlock's shooting shadow bolts. The Warlock is not shooting shadow bolts. Alright, so that's another thing we have to check. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to talk about GSE a little bit. Go to one of your windows and type /GS. And I can see right now that I don't have any Paladin macros. Oh, because I forgot a step. I didn't tell you a whole step that we missed. I wasn't really sure that we had to do this step, to be honest, but it looks like we do have to do this step. Why am I shrinking this? All right. So to get your macros in place, here's what you have to do. You have to type /GS in each window. You got to go to Options, Plugins, and then click the Fury Swipes 5-minute multiboxing. You can see these are all the macros I've created for GS, and it will put all those macros in place for that guy. Now when we look at our macros, well, all the Paladin macros are here now. I'm not really sure why it doesn't just put them in place when you first log on, but it doesn't. So I'm going to go to Options, Plugins, Import. This one already had them. Not really sure why, but it doesn't hurt to import again. GS, Options, Plugins. Options, plugins, import. Now, when you import, it's going to say, "Hey, well, how do you want to handle these sequence compares?" Just hit the close button. Don't even deal with that. That's seems to be a buggy thing in GSC. Options, plugins, 5-minute Multiboxing. Okay, you don't actually have to reload now. It just put macros in place that were being called from your thing. Anyway, oh look, looks like the paladin is casting his judgment now. Maybe he's not. Let me see what the paladin is doing. Is anybody doing anything different? Hey. No, nobody's doing anything different. Right. Let's figure out why. Whoa, Zaynid, ho, 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 buddy. Don't die, Zaynid, don't die. Why is Zaynid getting killed? That guy came up and saved me. Alright, so notice on the priest window, you do have your heal keys, F1 through F5, and that heals people. That heals people from your main window counterclockwise around. Let's see why the warlock's not warlocking though. I'm gonna have a look at the warlocks. First, look at his macro. His macro is single, and the macro says click single distro. All right, that means run the macro you created in GSC called single distro. And let's bring up GSC again. GSC, do I have single distro? Yes, I do. Let's see what it does. Oh, it's not set up right. Let's change that to cast Shadow Bolt. Tell it to save and close it. Next, go to the Paladin, and this is the kind of thing you're going to do to craft your rotation. You're going to have to actually do your own GS rotation. So we're going to go to the Paladin. We're going to go down to now as a Paladin, when you first start out, I have to make a judgment call on what spec you are because you have no spec points. So if you do a /M and look at the macros, you'll see the single macro. I call you a ret. All right, you're single ret. So let's go look at the GS macro for single ret. There is single ret. Right mouse on it. Frostbolt or Fireball if you don't have. Okay, so clearly I copied and pasted the mage's rotation here. So we're gonna say, put a little help information in here. Pallies are good. And then on the Pally, let's eliminate the Frostbolt Fireball, and we're just going to say cast. Actually, we're on key press. We're going to say cast seal nomad. Always put nomad in there so that you don't do anything on the alt key. Cast nomad seal of righteousness, and then throw in key press. Throw a start attack in there. Throw a start attack in there, and then down in your sequence, the list of things you want your pally to do as you're clicking the button in order of priority, I want you to put cast judgment. And that's it. I mean, for a beginning pally, that's all you need. And we're going to change the sequential order to just sequential. Save it out. He's happy. You're happy. You've got a 2 key. Let's go test it. If we hit the 2 key once, he should put his seal of righteousness on, and he did. And let's go get this kobold worker. And he just keeps casting seal of righteousness. So we don't want to keep casting seal of righteousness over and over again. So there's a simple way and clever way in GS that you get around that. So Pally. Single ret. Notice every time we do the key press, we cast Seal of Righteousness. But what if we did this judgment sequence? You could tap the button many, many times before it would try to recast Seal of Righteousness. Well, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to move Seal of Righteousness over here to pre-macro. Okay, that's what's going to be cast before it casts judgment. And then on this inner loop thing, I'm going to say try to cast judgment 20 times before you try to run that pre-macro again. All right. So when you tap the button 20 times, you'll cast Seal of Righteousness again. Let's see if that works. You cast Seal once, cast it again after 20 clicks. That's about right. I mean, you can tune that to be statistically probably okay. But here's the problem. In Live WoW and in Classic WoW, there's no ability to test for the existence of a buff before you cast it. And that's what makes one-button macros such a challenge. So you can use the amazing yet elegant trick of GSE to create one-button macros that do stuff that's good. Let's see, how good? What is it called? Recount show. All right. The person who's doing the most is Xanad, but this is probably overall data. Last fight, Dordric? No, actually, I'm not seeing my pally here at all. What color is my pally supposed to be? The pally is Lucitine. All right. So let's see if Lucitine's really doing anything. Oh, my multi-box WoW was not on. All right, let's try it again. Let's try it again on this wolf over here. Come on, Lucitine. Get her done. This team got nothing done. Do we have a start attack in Lucitines? Single ret. We don't have a start attack. All right, that's bad. On key press, put start attack. Oh, I didn't save it. You got to save it after every change. And I'm going to get these tuned, and I'll take help from you guys to get them tuned also, and I'll release them as part of the add-on, so that you'll have a good starting point for every class and spec, hopefully. All right, now Lucindra better do some domage. Come here, wolf. Come on, Lucinda. Judge! Lucitine. Okay, I don't even know her name. Sorry, Lucitine. I did not learn your name. You are brand new. Okay, let's go over here, across the river, where the tough guys go. Man, there's a lot of people here, dudes. There's a lot of people here. Oh my gosh. Look at all these people camping this place. What the hell? Oh, jeez. Okay. Faster. Come on, Lucitine. Oh, she's number one. She's number one. Oh, she dropped to last place. No, 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 no. Yeah, stolen, stolen, baby. All right, so now notice one of the basic things about 5-minute multi-boxing when you're in a big fight. Alt 3 always heals your tank. Unfortunately, my priest healer is not healing on Alt 3, so that's the next thing we got to troubleshoot. Got to figure out why that is. Oh, you know what? I bet I know why that is. But before we figure that out, we need to fight some more. Come on, Lucitine, get her done. Let's check our macros out. First, our basic macros, not our GSE macros. Our basic macro, multi, click multi-shadow. Fine. That is a GSE macro. It's telling us we're going to do a GSE macro called multi-shadow. So let's go into GSE/GS. And we are going to look at multi-shadow. Multi-shadow. Look, I have helpful information. Heal tank on alt. Unfortunately, that's not right. Errant is some guy that I had on another server. I think I messed up the code there. So let's look at the code for creating that macro. I do think I messed up that code. If you go into the macros of Fury Swipe's 5MMB, you can see my macro set for each guy, for each different class. I'm going to click on Priest. And I do these macro definitions for GSE for each of these specs. Now you can see that some of these are just copy and paste of a mage, so don't use it. I'm going to go look at single shadow. What is single shadow? Multi-shadow. Okay, this is right. FSMB tank. Oh, I know what happened. Okay, okay. All right, new rule. This is a new rule. Okay. When you go to fix, let's say you did what I did and you forgot to edit the names in your 5-minute multi-boxing Lua script, and you did an init and you got your macros all put in place, but you screwed up, you didn't edit the names were all wrong, but you already created your GSE macros. Well, you can't exactly just recreate your GSE macros. The macros that are wrong, you have to delete. So for example, take this priest. His macro, his multi-macro is wrong. The multi-macro actually has to be deleted. So GS, let's go down to the multi-shadow macro. Since it's wrong now, it's got the wrong tank name in it, I'm going to delete it. Delete. Now I'm going to do that options, plugins, Fury Swipes thing again. And I'm going to recreate it. Now let's go look at it. Multi-shadow. It's correct now. It is correct now. So now, will Xanad heal me on all three? Yes, he did. So that's the one kind of niggling issue I have. I don't really love that, that I have to delete macros instead of just being able to overwrite them. But it's part of the game. So let's see if my healing on F1 through F5 works. Does F1 heal the tank? Yes. Does F2 heal this guy over here? Yes. Does F3 heal this guy over here? Yes. Okay, that's all good. There's only one or two GSE macros where I actually use one of your party names in it, and that's one of them. Alt 3 is one of the multi macro for the healer. I think the res macro is another one, so I don't really have that. I don't really have that working perfectly right now. I think I'm really going to warm up to the random function. That I'm going to warm up to, but I think I'm going to go back to sequential on all my GSE macros, just because I'm not using a very rapid key clicker. It kind of relies on a very rapid key clicker when you choose priority. But as you can see, this is the package I just uploaded. You can download this package and set it up just the way I did with new characters and get up and running. Now, the thing that you may do wrong is you may not change your player names before you initialize all your macros. But as you can see, there's not a lot of setup. What did we go over? We had to edit our hotkeynet script. We had to edit the 5-minute multiboxing Lua script down in interface add-ons. And then when we got in game, we had to do a Control-I. We had to turn on our action bars. And we had to open up GSE in each window and do options, plugins, and click on the 5-minute multiboxing add-on. Once you did that, you were good to go. You were ready to go. So, did I mention Control-I? You had to do Control-I as soon as you logged in. So it's working, all right? We're on our way. This is just the bare beginnings. And yes, you're going to have a lot of frustrations because I forgot to explain things, or I didn't explain them in a way that was easy. But we are on our way, and I am going to get Seal of Sylvanas right now. So you can watch, but I am going to actually log out and get back on my other guys. Are there any questions? Well, I've been following along and working out resolution. I'm 2800 in queue. Oh no. Should have logged in earlier. Okay, I'm gonna hit escape. Log out. I'm probably gonna get thrown right back in queue too. I've been out for 10 minutes or whatever, so I probably screwed myself over by doing this demo. But we got to get back in line. Change realm. Back to Fairbanks. Okay. I'm in there with you, bro. I'm in there with you. What does that mean? An hour. Well, you know what? I did it for a good cause. You can see how it works now, and I'm going to continue to craft those macros perfectly so that the instant you log in, your guys will be using all of their skills and abilities. And you know what? I'm also going to get better at making GSE macros and start posting them on lazywowmacros.com. This is going to happen, and this is going to be really good, and we're all going to love it. But right now it's still very raw, and I need a lot more practice just running around in multiboxing. I still wipe in Wailing Caverns, you know. I still wipe in Shadowfang Keep. That should not happen. So I just need more practice running my guys, doing you know, the multi-box movement thing, and getting back into 5-manning. I took a long time off of multi-boxing, probably 6 months, maybe more. And I'm only really getting back into it now. I've developed my passion again. This is really the most time I've spent coding in a long time. My passion is back. I want to make this work. I want to make it work for every spec, every class, each faction, every level. I want it to be good for everybody, and I want people to be able to say, yeah, I could use ISBoxer and do it the right way, or I could really just fuck everything up and do it the wrong way with Fury Swipe shit, and actually get started in 5 minutes. And that's really where I want to be. I want to be at that 5-minute setup stage. And I'm going to give that to you. I'm going to give you a little program, just like in the private server 5-minute multiboxing. I'm going to give you a little program. You edit your little text file with your names. You click this program and it sets everything up for you. Everything gets set up for you. And that's how it's going to be. That's how it's going to be. So enjoy GSC. Get used to it. Not all the macros you see on the screen are GSC macros, only a few of them. Only really the damage dealing macros and the tricky macros, like the potion macro or the drinking macro. Those are tricky, all right? That's the fact. They are tricky, and I set them to priority, and I realize while I was making the video, that's a mistake. This is me learning as I go. You don't want it set to priority when you're not using an 80 millisecond key clicker. You want that set to sequential. So each time you click the button, it tries a different thing in the list. Any other questions? I don't think anybody's watching, but I think in the near future, I think a lot of people are going to be watching. In the near future, when I'm actually getting really good stuff done and rolling dungeons and, David Kimball's 60,000 XPs per hour, doing that stuff, I think a lot of people will be watching at that point. And be interested in the 5-minute multiboxing concept. You don't need to buy ISBoxer. You don't need to pay somebody every month for multiboxing software. It's all here. It's all free. It's all been around for over a decade, almost 2 decades. So give it a shot. It's right here in the download section of the Discord server, and download the 090719 and start the process of writing your GSC macros. The first thing you do, just add one line to it: Frostbolt or Shadowbolt or whatever you want. Hopefully in the near future you won't have to do anything, because my shit's going to be better than your shit. I'm going to try really hard to make it that way. Writing the GSC macros is a soft science that people are really into. And for a long time, before the key clickers were banned, for a long time, people were just like, I'm not going to tell you how mine's written. You have to pay me. You're never going to have to pay me. All right, I'm going to write the best macros out there, and we are going to run Dire Maul together. We are going to run all of Strat together. We are going to actually beat Sholomance together. And as far as 5-boxing goes, we're going to get it down. We are definitely going to get it down. Now, I don't know about 10-boxing or 20-boxing. Let's worry about that later. Let's try to get 5 down, and then we'll worry about trying to add to it. We need to crawl before we walk, and walk before we run. And the dumbest farmers get the biggest potatoes. And I'm a dumb farmer. I hope that you like this potato. I hope it works for you. I will check back with you guys a little later.